Chapter 11. The purpose of inspired ideas, so you can get what you want. The most important part about this chapter, about inspired ideas, is that we should learn to trust that the ideas we need in order to achieve our dreams will come to us over a certain period of time. When you're first studying these ideas contained in the book, it might still be difficult for you to believe that you can get what you want even though you have no idea how to get it. I can only tell you from personal experience, this is what happens in my own life. Whenever I set a goal, for example, even this business goal I had for building a coaching program, sharing this information around through the book that you're currently listening to. Well, at first I didn't know how it would get to you, did I? Well, over time I got inspired ideas on how I could market and share my information with people so they could become aware of what I'm actually writing about. So what I'm getting at is, at first I started out not knowing how I'm gonna put this information out there into the world. It's like I started out with nothing. But then I kept that vision alive within my mind, and the ideas for its realization came over a certain period of time. This is what's gonna happen with you as well, no matter what your goal is. You might wanna know exactly how you're gonna achieve it right away, but more often than not, that's not the case. If it's a big goal at least. So don't worry about that. Just realize you'll get inspired ideas. The realization of your dreams will come through inspired ideas that you will literally attract into your mind. Right now, again, you might be doubting this process because you might lack experience in it, but it's something you really have to learn to trust. So keep that in mind from this moment on. So no matter what your goal is, whether it's a financial goal, a physical goal, a health goal, a career goal, maybe at first you can't see how anything would improve or change for you. Again, remember, build the vision and the inspired ideas will come as long as you stay focused on what you want inside your mind. Stay in harmony with the dream. As long as we mentally keep ourselves on the right track, inspiration will follow automatically. What's the right mentality? Keeping ourselves aimed on what we want, on the results we desire to achieve. Let's talk about this word, inspiration. I've mentioned it a couple of times by now, but it's such an interesting aspect concerning our potential. When I started on this journey following other coaches, listening to their advice and doing what they told me I should do, something always bothered me. As human beings, we can all discover what we want to achieve, but whenever we think of it for the first time, odds are we have no idea on how to make it happen. I'm assuming you have goals that you would love to achieve, but at the same time it might seem impossible. This occurs because from our current perspective we can't see how to get there. Only after many years of study and experimentation did it dawn on me that over time we truly become inspired on what we should do so we can get closer to the realization of our dream. At this point in my life, not a day goes by without receiving at least some inspiration concerning the things I want to achieve. Now what I'm getting at is that in your case, you'll attract the inspiration you need in order to realize your own dream as long as you stay focused on what you want. This all comes down to trust and faith. Even though I'm sharing it with you right now, it doesn't guarantee you'd really believe this will work out for you. You'll have to experience it for yourself. When I first heard others tell me that I would attract whatever I need in order to get what I want, I didn't understand it at all. It sounds almost like some crazy magic. There's a lot of people that have heard of this so-called law of attraction. It might seem like complete nonsense to many, or they try to work with it, but it still fails to realize their own dreams. Throughout this book I didn't mention this so-called spiritual law, but what I do know is that in essence it's the same as what I tried to convey throughout the previous chapters. I just use a different approach. If you can get yourself to a point where you can mentally and emotionally become one with your dream, or as I described it before, become possessed by your dream, this inner connection between thought and emotion will attract new ideas into your mind. This then allows you to take new forms of action. All of this might seem abstract, still this is how I describe the process as it happens in my own life. Once I know what I want and emotionally feel as if I already achieved it, this process starts to attract new ideas into my mind. If I take action according to these new ideas, I see my dream turn into reality. This all takes place over a certain amount of time. I don't literally achieve my dream physically at an instant. All the ideas I receive are a necessary part in the bigger picture. It'll work the same for you. I'm assuming you have some experience with inspired ideas. There are moments where you just know and feel, "Oh, now I see. This is what I should be doing in order to get what I want." The beautiful part is that it'll work for any goal. Even if you were to set a goal you didn't achieve in this lifetime, your ambition will cause more growth to take place in this area through future generations. All of this depends on the size of your vision and what you want to achieve. Once you really understand and memorize this process, the inspired ideas will follow. In other words, you let yourself become inspired by your own vision. It becomes guidance for your life. It is absolutely essential that we learn to follow our vision, to stop letting current circumstances hold us back. Our current limitations exist as a challenge for us to overcome, for us to build a bigger and better vision about what we do want. They exist so we discover our own potential, so that we start to exercise our true power to overcome and outgrow any obstacles in our way. Regardless of how bad your circumstances may be, you have the power of imagination. You have the power to see and feel yourself already in possession of what you want. The more clearly you make your vision, the faster you'll receive the inspiration you need in order to get what you want. Some goals may be easier to achieve than others, but we should never forget that the foundation is the same. In both cases, no matter what the goal is, we have to work with a vision. We ourselves decide whether something is big or small, easy or difficult. In essence, all goals are the same. Now, your greatest power is your ability to imagine beyond current obstacles. Be guided by your vision. Be inspired by your vision. Don't pay attention to the obstacles. Focus all your attention on your dream. That's how you'll enter the domain of inspired ideas, so you can get what you want. Alright, here we are with the questions for chapter 11. How many times have you read books talking about similar ideas as mentioned throughout this program? Depending on how experienced you are, it might be difficult to answer the following questions. If you can't answer the questions, I suggest you keep studying this program until the answers start to flow from the depths of your own being. If you know the answer to the following questions, you'll start to grasp why it's truly possible to get and achieve whatever you want. So the first question: how do you receive the inspiration you need so you can get what you want? The second question: if you have a clear idea about what you want, how will you receive the proper inspiration that will guide you towards the realization of your dream? And the third question: where does inspiration come from? Now write out these answers in as much detail as possible, because I can guarantee you it'll change your entire life. They might seem similar, and they are in effect, these questions, but they still provoke you to think and to change your mind and to sort of unleash that inner wisdom that is hidden behind, your earthly identity, by the earthly programming that we're usually functioning from. Now, to summarize this chapter, the most important part to remember is that it doesn't matter whether you know right up front how to achieve your own dream. In many cases, people give up on their dreams because they don't know how such a beautiful dream could ever be realized. What we want to burn into our minds is the fact that the inspiration we need in order to achieve our own dreams will come to us over a certain period of time. We can speed up the process by staying concentrated on what we want. If we aren't concentrated, it might be difficult to notice any of the inspired ideas you're receiving so you can get what you want. Even worse, you might even think it's impossible to achieve your dream, but we don't want to live like that any longer. And I hope so far this program is already showing you a totally different world of possibilities that is open to you.